Grow, Sell, and Retire is the podcast for the lazy overachiever. BD Dalton, author of True Gravity and Grow, Sell, and Retire, is here to give you his 25 years of secrets, tips, and systems to take your business to the next level. This is your chance to find out what is working in sales, marketing, and running your business. If you stop learning, you stop earning. Now, here's your host, BD, with today's GSR podcast.
Hey everybody, BD Dalton here from the Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast. And today I'm speaking with Lucy Werner. She's my co-author in Sales Genius 2, and I think we're 2 of 20, but it's a lot of sales good ideas. So welcome to the show, Lucy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And where are you based right now? I'm here in Birmingham, UK, even though I have an American drawl. I'm here in the UK. Where are you?
I'm in London. I'm in East London, in my garden office.
Perfect. Garden office. Fabulous. So do you like working from around home, from home, or is that where you usually work, or are you office based?
Yeah, I work, we built basically an office in the garden.
That's cool.
And I really like it. It's probably all the money that was meant to go on my bathroom went on my office space. So it's now my clean space. It's the beautiful bit that the rest of the house aspires to, because we bought a bit of a doer-upper. But I love it. We have like a roof light, and I can just sit and look out the garden whilst I'm working. And, the commute is very, very stress-free.
Perfect. And you wrote a book before we could participate in this. You wrote called Hype Yourself.
I did.
Why did you write a book? And then tell us just a little bit about what it's about, and then we're going to go into some questions to kind of pry into the book itself.
Okay, cool. I wanted to do a book for 4 years before I actually did it. I noticed that there weren't really that many women writing PR books, even though PR is a female-dominated industry. So that was kind of one of my motivations. I also noticed that a lot of PR books are written by journalists and PR experts, which is cool. But for me, I guess I've worked in PR agency land for over a decade. There's a lot more to it than just getting somebody in the newspaper. And I just felt all the other PR books weren't really tailored for like small business owners or like just business owners in general. It was either aimed at other PRs or people that just wanted to get in the paper. And I wanted to help people kind of have a comms plan and, be able to actually put a plan together.
That's really cool. So you basically, it was coming from people that just really kind of were writing around the industry and not about actually somebody that was using it that didn't have a huge budget to go out and do PR for themselves.
Yeah,
or use a big PR agency.
Yeah, I think it's this big myth that you need to have the big bucks and you need to have the contacts. And like when a CEO say to me like, so who have you got in your black book? I'm like, I'm not going to work with you unless I can change your perspective on that information. Because for me, a great story is a great story. It doesn't matter if I know that journalist or not. Like if what I'm pitching or a person who pitches himself is doing it in the right way, they don't need to have those sort of journalist relationships. And I guess really ultimately as well, I was trying to pivot my business because I don't think the PR agency model works for modern business anymore, especially... there's so many of us who are entrepreneurial and we're bootstrapping when we're starting out. And a PR agency just isn't affordable for that. But there's great stories. So I was thinking, like, how can I find a way that helps as many people as possible? And the book just seemed a really great way to do that. And I'm actually now kind of working more on like coaching, like one-to-one, like hour coaching sessions, or maybe more project-based work rather than PR retainers to assist businesses with their PR rather than doing the PR for them.
That's awesome. So if we're talking about this, so PR, it's about getting noticed. So how, as a small business or bootstrap business or somebody that doesn't know, nobody knows about you, how do we go about getting noticed?
I think the first thing is actually almost counterintuitive. It's to not talk about your business, but talk about yourself, because people buy people, right? So people come to work with me, not because I'm a PR expert, because there's loads of PR experts. They come to me because they think, well, she seems fun, or I like her no-nonsense approach. There's no like BS there. And I think that business owners, especially, a few business owners I meet will be so like, oh, this is the why behind why I've set up the business. And actually, that's more interesting than sending out a press release saying, hey, this service or this product is launched, or I've hired this new person, and you blanket it to hundreds of journalists. It's better to pick maybe 3 or 4 publications that you really want to be in, or platforms that could be events, could be podcasts like this, and explain to the people who create that content, hey, look, I think I'm going to be a good fit for your audience, and this is why, and just make it really bespoke.
And that's because I mean, we talk about this all the time whenever we're dealing with clients, is that everybody expects you, if you're an accountant, to be a good accountant, or, they expect you to have qualifications. It's what else is there? Oh, and we deliver stuff on time. Okay, well, we hope that happens all the time anyways. It's all these different things that you would expect. You go to a burger restaurant, you want a burger. Right. So you get a burger in time, but it's about how do you feel or thing. It's the extra bits, isn't it?
And it's just, I think it's being a bit clever and unique. So I've met so many advertising CEOs, and I'll say to them, what's your dream piece of press coverage? And they'll go, the front page of Campaign magazine. And I sort of want to headbutt the wall, because I'm like, but who's reading that other than your industry peers? That's just making your ego feel good. Like, if you want to be targeting like a food and drink client or a pharmaceutical client, you want to be in the publications they're reading, and they are not reading Campaign magazine.
No, they're not. And that's the thing, is that people, especially when they're starting out, like the people you're dealing with or I'm dealing with, it's a sales function. So they just want to know more. They want to get more sales. They're not trying to be Coca-Cola and take on Pepsi. It's really funny just with hearing that. And so why you were cutting through the noise with what you were doing. So you're getting rid of all the, I need to spend lots of money on PR. So kind of walk us through just in a generic term, the difference between marketing and PR, because, there's some subtle differences and there's some big differences. So what would you say the differences between marketing and PR are? I mean,
there are some subtle differences, and it is almost like a difficult question to answer, because, we know that the lines between them are all blurred between like what are the different, like, sorry, I'm going to pause and answer that again.
No, it's okay. So it's always trying to figure out where it is. Is it only because you pay for marketing and and you try to get in with PR, or what's where are some of the subtle differences in there?
So I actually had a kind of example of this, and let's see if I can put it up, when I did a talk that actually my partner got from a book, and it was the difference between branding, marketing, and PR. I'll have to find the reference for you of whose book it is for afterwards. But essentially, like, branding, so the way you're kind of positioning yourself and the way you look, is like, let's just say we've got a guy and he's a great lover, right? So in branding, the woman is saying, oh, I understand you're a great lover. And in marketing, the guy is shouting, like marketing and advertising, the guy is shouting, I'm a great lover, I'm a great lover. Whereas PR is like the power of persuasion. So it's like a woman telling another woman, hey, trust me, this guy, he's a great lover. So it's very subtle, but it's essentially like it's almost like PR is the power of persuasion. You're trying to make people feel something. And typically, yeah, you're right, you're not paying for it. So when I tell people, oh, I get them in magazines, they're like, oh, you buy it. It's like, no, I'm not. That's called advertising. I'm not buying a space. A lot of marketing techniques and advertising crosses over, where it might be doing Facebook ads, for example, and you're looking at the statistics and the data behind that. Some PRs do that as a service, and this is what I mean about the lines being blurred and it being quite grey. But traditionally, PR is managing your public relations. So anything that you're doing in the public. So the way you hold the door open for somebody in a coffee shop, you are PRing yourself right there.
And it's so PR marketing is what you're telling people, and PR is what you actually do when nobody's looking, or you're pointing it out, but it's what you do when nobody's looking is who you are and how you.
Yeah, I think it's just more subtle. It's like creating an emotion, whereas marketing and advertising, it tends to be more direct. Like, this is what it is, buy it. It's kind of, you're really telling people more prescriptively. And I do think that advertising has changed now. It's more about creating emotions and creating feelings and a lifestyle. But I just think publicity can do that in a much... I'm a publicist, so obviously it's my favorite method.
Of course it is. But that's
All
okay.
of them.
That's okay. If you didn't love your job, then you wouldn't have written a book about it, and you wouldn't be doing it, hopefully.
I think, do you know what my favorite thing about it is when you learn how to do it, it's just your time. It doesn't cost anything, and it's a tap that doesn't turn off, right? Whereas, and I got into a slightly debate with somebody on Instagram where I mocked up my book launch. I mocked up the book in different PR stunts if I had the money to do it, but I didn't. So
yes.
I mocked the book going out into space, or I mocked the book floating down the Thames, because that's another very typical experiential PR stunt. And then I mocked it up as some tube advertising, because I think tube or subway advertising is dreadful in general.
Yes, it
and
is.
I was like, you know, I can't even afford to do tube advertising because it's so expensive. And equally, it would only last for the time that I'm paying for it. Whereas all of the stuff that I do is just ongoing. And people who worked in media and advertising were saying, yeah, but hey, there's actually you can track the results and you can track the sales and you can tweak it and you can make it really effective and you can hit your target audience. And all of those things are absolutely valid. But for me, I don't have the budget to even take my first step into that.
Yeah, but then that's okay. So the people we're talking to are kind of along that same line. So what are some ideas that you've come around? And my question to you is, what tools make sales easier? Well, building a brand and a personality and an image is actually probably stronger for some of these people, because it's more word of mouth and trust for most of our clients, because it's services, and services are built around people. So what type of PR things, maybe a couple of examples of things that you might have done for clients that people can do for themselves before they can, like you say, during a bootstrapping, when they come back to you. So if they come to Lucy and they say, okay, well, now I've made it to this level, can you please help me? What can they do to get to that level, to aspire to tube advertising or working with you? What is that? What are a couple of things that they can do?
Okay, so one of the favorite things, and I'm going to give myself as an example because if your audience doesn't know, I'm currently sort of on a bit of a mat leave and was basically launching the book whilst on my maternity. So I didn't have any clients for a while. So I was kind of using myself as a case study. Just quite a lot of pressure. Side note, a lot of pressure to do PR as a PR expert to actually do it right. You're like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. But my favorite place to be around is Career Magazine. It's a magazine for modern business. It's read by startup and entrepreneurs. That's my target market. They're the perfect people that I want to sell the book to. And whilst I do publicity, my partner does branding and design. So I'm also always trying to kind of pimp him out whenever I'm doing anything. And they had a conference, and rather than me just stand up on stage and do a talk, which I had pitched myself for, and I do think as a separate note, speaking at events works really well for business owners, because I think you can't beat that in real life, face-to-face time. They had a marketplace, and there were lots of small businesses selling products in the marketplace.
Okay.
And I said to them, I want to buy a stand in the marketplace, but I don't want to sell anything. I just want to give 15 minutes free PR advice or 15 minutes free branding advice with my partner. And we basically stood there on our stool with our baby, taking it in turns to wear the baby. I think he was 4 months old at the time. And we just had a sign up and a bunch of balloons saying, come here for 15 minutes free advice. All the other businesses who were there, I could see all the new business departments and marketing people running around trying to grab people around the conference. And we literally just stood in the same place and people came to us. And it was beautiful. I was just and lots of people were saying, it's making it look like you're a brand or a product. I was like, brilliant. That's exactly how I want to be, because all the other services businesses are pitching themselves as a service business. So we are completely standing out by putting ourselves around all the brands. And I just think it's pivoting what you do. There's so many service businesses out there. And before I did the book, we created a product that, again, combined our skill set. So my partner, like I said, does the branding. We created these 52 PR tips, and we kind of just made it a really beautiful product that we could sell. But it just gives me something to talk about and show what it is that we do as a business. It's not a money maker. It's kind of like a sort of marketing sales card.
Yep. And if people buy it from you, then they've already made their first engagement with you, which is even if it's a $5, it's still that first step into engaging and writing you a check.
Yeah. And the main thing I did was use social media quite heavily. So I kind of deleted everything I'd ever put on social and started from scratch, which I know sounds a bit weird, but I was like, no, I need a clean slate. And for a year, I basically gave as much free content as I physically managed to get out the door. But I really kept the branding of that really seamless as well. So everything was in the brand colors. So everything I do is in brand colors. I don't dress in brand colors, but like my office shelves are brand colors. So when I do webinars or video calls, like people can see like the branding background, my book's brand colors, PR tips when I do presentations. And it just means that like we have quite a shouty, loud, like fun brand, but when people see it, they know it's us.
That's cool. So let's say you mentioned social media. So where are we making social media noise? Where are you finding success for your audience?
You know, I have kind of two different audiences. I have a kind of sort of tier one audience, which is where I kind of get my bigger bucks from, which is people that maybe have got a bit of investment or they're kind of third or fourth year of their business. And they're the ones that I'd maybe get bigger projects from. These people I sort of find on LinkedIn. And quite often I'm sharing lots of free content on LinkedIn. I try and post like twice a week. And my engagement is really good now because of that. And so I get a lot of new business leads and bigger ticketed clients through that.
Cool.
This Instagram is kind of where I did the book, and I can directly see. So when you sell a book and you sell on Amazon, you have access to Amazon Author Central, and I can see a direct correlation between when somebody else on social media with a big following or when I do stories about my book, I can see a direct change on the trajectory on the sales chart of Amazon.
That's good.
And it's quite scary. It's quite scary because I'll suddenly be like, I go on stories and sort of sell myself. And although I'm a PR and a publicist and I'm an extrovert, I'm quite introverted about direct selling. I don't like doing that. I like to give stuff and then hope that they'll buy and support. But actually, when you ask for the sale, you do get it. And I think it's being brave to do. You have to put your big pants on and do that sometimes.
Very cool. And how do you, people talk about tribes. Do you believe in tribes? And then how do you engage a tribe?
Yeah, I do believe in tribes. I think for me, I found my tribe quite naturally, and it kind of straddles a few different sort of pools. Like I'm a mum in business, but I do a lot of shared parenting. So there's kind of a little pool that I play in there. I'm also like quite creative. So there's a kind of a creative entrepreneur pool that I play with. There's a kind of women in business pool where there's a lot of sort of female founders supporting other female founders. And I play in that pool a bit as well. But ultimately, I don't sort of stay in one because they're all different parts of my personality and identity. And I think I've just sort of found them along the way. And it's people that relate to my content. I specifically shout about PR for startups and entrepreneurs. And I've kind of found like people who do the same in SEO and in marketing and, you know, other sort of areas. And there's almost like kind of a kind of echo chamber of us who are always sharing each other's content or learning from each other all the time. And I think it's just putting, as much as I give out free stuff, it's also engaging with other people's free stuff and using it and learning from it and giving those shout outs to when people have helped you grow your business.
Perfect. No, it's really good. So what are you reading right now that's making your life a little bit better?
Do you know what? I read a mixture of stuff. I'm actually on the old edition of Daniel Priestley's Oversubscribed.
Yes.
And he's got a new version of it coming out. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing like the revised notes. But that's kind of that was recommended to me actually from David Hyatt from the Do Lectures, who I went to his email marketing like live course, or how to do a newsletter live course, and it was just like my brain nearly exploded with how much information he was giving to me. But that was one of the books. And then separately from that, I'm reading the Philippa Perry book on the book you wish your parents had read, and your children will be glad you did. Which is kind of managing the household more than the business, but it's all important stuff.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What bit of tech, or what makes your life a little bit easier when it comes to technology, or a little bit more fun, or your business easier?
Do you know what? I got a VA this year, which, if you work with your partner, getting a VA, I think, is the best investment you can do. I genuinely believe it will save you in marriage counselling further down the line. And she got us onto Asana, so I use that to put all of my tasks on. So I wouldn't say it's fun, but it's definitely, when there's two creatives with two strong personalities, both trying to rule the roost, yes, the VA can now take control of us via this task board, and that's been life-changing.
That's awesome. So Asana's good, but I think making sure that you're doing the work that you should be doing and letting somebody else take the lighter, heavier loads, whatever you want to call it, off of your hands is essential in making that all come together. And then how can people find out more about you?
So I'm at Wern Chat, which is WERN Chat, because I'm a chatty word. Wern's my surname is actually Werner, but people always called me Wern. So that was that. So I'm at Wern Chat I'm probably vocal the most on Instagram and LinkedIn. Or you can follow us on thewern.com on our website. And Very
cool. Okay. And so if anybody's tuning in just to the last minute or so of the show, your number one top tip to make them go back and rewind and get back to the beginning of the thing and start all over again, what would your top tip be?
I think my top tip would be to just show a little bit up your skirt, just a little bit. Where I think people are so scared to show their personalities and show who the person behind the business is. But ultimately, people buy people. That's the bit that you need to be sharing more than what your business is selling. That's awesome.
And I think it's always funny coming, because I've been here for 17 years, looking at the British psyche versus the Yankee psyche, or the American.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Quite a difference. It's more of the British are more PR-y and the US is more markety, if we're going back to
definitely. Like when I did like an entrepreneur boot camp once, and all the Americans were like, hey, I do this, and literally just roll off everything they've ever accomplished. And the Brits are sort of like, well, we're a bit more, we think we still are a bit more stiff upper lip than we mean to be.
Yes. And so just being a little bit of a change there. So yeah, show your personality. That's an awesome thing. So Lucy Werner, co-author and author of Hype Yourself. Looking forward to hearing more about you and making sure that our audience knows more about you. So thank you very much for coming on Grow, Sell, and Retire.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on Grow, Sell, and Retire. For more information, tools, or to book one of our team members to work with your team, business, or to speak at your event or conference, visit bartdaltonconsulting.com or email contact@bartdaltonconsulting.com. Buy the book True Gravity on Amazon. If you want to work for the rest of your life, that is your business. If you don't, that is ours.